Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So we are in our Street Machine group build hosted by Jason over at Blue Ox Models. So if you guys are not in this build, you should get in on it. There's a lot of guys that's rolling with this one, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of nice to see what everybody comes up with. So very cool, very cool. Other than that, I am putting the Mustang 2 together, the little Python kit from 1977. And you know the nice thing about the 1977 Mustang kit? Being it's an original, there's not a lot of flash on the molds, you know, because they were brand new at the time. So it was a new kit at that time. So it's pretty clean, other than obviously some of the mold lines aren't really that good. So there's a little bit of work involved, but not that bad. So it's not like some of the later old kits that's re-released from AMT. Like, yikes, there's some serious flashing going on there. So other than that, we're going to get it disassembled off the trees, get everything situated, and probably start putting that big bad 6-cylinder together, that big V6 they had in there. And we'll get her in some black primer, and we'll kind of go from there and see how far we get. So without further ado, let's take you to the bench side, and let's get going on this thing. So we are working on the Mustang 2 Python from AMT 1977 Antique Week. Yes. So kind of a rare kit. Yes, I don't have the original box, so it's not a big deal to me to build it. And I'm personally not a collector. I mean, I do like to get the kits, obviously, but I don't buy them to save them. I buy them to build them. Kits are meant to be built, right? So I think I might just keep it box stock. Yeah, so I've been wanting to get started on it. So here we are. So I kind of took a few pieces out. The body's actually in pretty nice shape. For an older AMT kit, there's not a lot of flash on this either, so it's kind of nice in that way. The original box art is silver, and I tell you what, I think that looks super cool in silver. So I have this silver here. It's almost like the same silver like James Bond, like Aston Martin. I think that looks super cool on here, so that's what we're going to do with it. This is pretty rough. This here, it's got a notch out of there, so I'm going to try to sand that, clean that up. All that good stuff. Hood scoop looks pretty good. So we got our hood here, and we got our deck lid. Yeah, so we're going to get that cut out. And the only thing I'm not sure what color to do the interior. I know they had some pretty funky colors back then. I think in red would look good with this. Being a silver car, I think that'd look pretty sharp. So I may do it all in like a two-tone red. I think that'd look pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to get a few of these pieces cut out, and we'll get this mocked up. And we'll see how it looks and get it ready for some paint. Alright guys, so we got a lot of this cleaned up. I think we're pretty close on it to getting some bodywork painted, starting on anyways. So I ended up gluing the little V6 together. I'm just keeping this kind of box stock. I'm not going all magical on it. Like I say, it's kind of a cool kit. It's kind of nostalgic, so I'm kind of want to leave it the way it is. Yeah, so we're gonna get the rest of this is basically engine stuff here. So check out, this is the manifolds. So yeah, not a lot going on there. So we want to get this painted. I got a lot of the body work done. I had to glue this A-pillar that was broke. So check out that body line right there. Isn't that crazy? How they molded that like that. So they do give you a separate hatch on this to where they make it to where you can have it open. I thought about leaving it open, but I mean, it would look cool. But on the flip side, they have a spoiler that goes on here. And the spoiler is going to attach here and then across, which would look cool. But I think I'm just going to do is leave this down. I might just permanently fix it. I'm not sure yet. So this is going to be ready to go. So what we're going to do is paint this. We're going to primer it in black first and go from there. I was going to scribe the body lines a little more. But a lot of these have the kind of the wide body kit. So it's got this here in the door. So I'd have to scribe all this out as well. So I don't know, it's pretty deep. I don't know if I'm going to mess with it or not. I might just leave it. I've kind of fit everything, sanded everything down. Everything fits pretty good. So I got a few more pieces like in here and a little there to clean up. Like I said, I'm going to primer this all black with the Mr.Color Mr. Hobby black primer 1500, and then we're going to go to coat of silver. So I've been thinking on this This sits on here like so, which sits pretty, it sits actually really nice on there. So I'm thinking about doing, once I paint this all black, I may do is mask this off where the black is. And so if you look inside there, you'll see black instead of silver. Same as back here. And then, I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. I almost thought about doing this in a different color silver, or even like just a shade different, but I don't want it to make it too much contrast like it's a bolt-on part. I want it to all fit together. Then I thought about puttying it or gluing them on, you know, after I glue them on first and putty. But I'll tell you what, those have a really nice fit. I mean, they fit really nice and snug. So there's really no filler needed to make those look good. So I'm going to have to paint all this first because there's no way I can, you know, get paint shot in there without it looking a little rough. I'd like to put these on first, but I just don't see it turning out the kind of way I'd like it to. So I think we'll be alright gluing it on after the fact. But like I say, down in here, I'd like to get that all black inside there. So once I get this on, I'm going to tape this off or whatnot. They give you a decal for it, but I think we'll just do it in paint. So I think it'll look pretty cool. And I'm going to primer the body in black. And we're going to do the interior black along with the dash. And that is it for the interior. The rest of it, we're going to paint red, but we're just going to paint red over top of the plastic because I want to give it a different color red. So we have our spoiler pieces here, and we are going to paint this with the Mr. Hobby Surfacer 1500 black and color. Yes, sir. Other than that, the other pieces, we're going to paint the mirrors and kind of go from there. And the rest of it, we're just going to leave it in limbo for right now. We're just going to get the outer body painted, along with all the body panels and flares and fenders and all that good wild stuff that goes on top. And we'll go from there. So this kit come with these plastic black tires, the little plastic. I don't know if anybody's ever used these. I know most people are like, oh, those things are garbage. They look stupid. They do kind of, in a way. Very toyish looking. But I tell you what, I love the Goodyear lettering on that. It's big. It's heavy. It looks awesome. So I'm trying to keep this box stock. You know, because I build a lot that way. I mean, I don't mind the customizations here and there, but I like to build. And customizing, for me, it just takes too long. And it doesn't turn out like I like to have it in my head. So I don't mind doing it when I have time for it. I mean, it does look cool on some applications, but sometimes I like just to do a box stock build and move on to the next one. So I'm going to take these tires and we're going to make them look good. So we're going to get these glued together. And I've tried gluing these together with some Tamiya. And I didn't realize I had an extra bottle here. I've had it for a while. I was talking to Tony Lancer tonight. And I says, yeah, I found the bottle I had from a while back. And I said, I got it from Ryder's Hobby for $5.50. It was like a long time ago. And he says, wow, it's like $11 now. I'm like, oh, I guess maybe I'll continue using this one that still has some in it yet. Because it's getting a little fuzzy, a little, you know, little tinge to it. Probably because I painted on stuff that's, or glued on stuff that had paint on it. And of course, you know, like a 4-year-old to just dip it back in a bottle and have a nice day. But anyways, I'm going to have to super glue these together. We're going to use some Insecure Plus. We're going to try this guy out. Because like I say, I've glued this with that Tamiya and I've glued them overnight. Come back next day and it's like nothing ever happened. So we're going to glue those. And then once the glue dries, we are going to go through and sand these down to get it nice smooth. Then we're going to paint them. We're going to paint them with Tamiya rubber. And then we're going to sand this a little bit with some lighter sandpaper. And we're going to go through and white lighter these. I think they look pretty good. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give that a try. So we're going to get these glued up, and I'll do that in a minute. So I got the engine put together. It's looking good for my little V6. You know, I don't even know what size this engine is. I never did the research on it. It's obviously small of some sort. It's got some weird looking carburetor. I'm not sure what this is all about. But that's the carburetor that goes on it, so it's something interesting. Like I say, it's got these little V6 manifolds. So yeah, so we're going to get this put together. And I'm going to get the valve covers put on it, and then we're going to paint this. We're going to give it a nice little pretty blue paint job and paint that tranny silver and start moving along. But anyways, I'm going to get this all painted up, and we'll kind of go from there. Okay guys, so we're getting this in here, getting some glue down, trying not to make a mess and stick my fingers together. Slide these bad boys together. Got a little excess, so we'll take a little paper towel action. Quick wipe, give it a spin, wipe the other side. Nice thing is these should be cured in about seconds. So we did this one already. So I started sanding this a little bit. Nothing magical come out of it. I don't know if I'll be able to get a socket in there and put on the drill. I might try it and see. And then we're going to paint these and we'll see how good they turn out. Well guys, we got that interior painted. We went with red. I was going to go black. But like I say, I know they had some cool colors back in the day. So this is what we went with. So I took a little bit of, let me show you what I did here. We took some of this here. This is dull red, the Tamiya LP18, let's go that route. And then we took some bright red, LP50, and used majority of this and a few drops of this, and voila, that's what we got. So I did a little mixy because this was too dark, this was too bright. So then I changed roles to do the seats because I wanted the seats more, you know, they had kind of that pleathery kind of thing going on back then. So we did this here. So we did the seats in the pleather color. So I used more of the gloss with a few drops of the dull in it. So that's where we come up with that. So it's not the same tone. It's not, you know, it's a little different. I want to just offset just a little bit so you can see the difference between the dash and the seats. They're not a lot of different, but a little bit. And I wanted it just a little bit of contrast, a little difference. So that's what we ended up with. Plus these have a little more gloss on them, where everything else is more of a flat. And we also did the interior tub. And then we did the bottom spritz here, the black for the bottom pan. And then we also did the bottom of the chassis here, so we just give it a little bit of a, this is basically this color before I started with anything, and then I just took some black and went across the sides. Actually, nope, that's not what we did. I think I went black first. I think I did the whole thing black, and I took that and sprayed on top of it. That's what we did. There we go. Now we got her all together. So once this tub is on top of here, it'll cover up that spot right there for where we just painted it. So that way everything's going to match. You're not going to see any white. So it should be all white. Okay, so other than that, we're going to wet sand this next time around. Like I said, it turned out nice buttery smooth after we sanded it down and all that good stuff. We did the inside of all these. So that's my plan, is to, guess I'd go on like so. I'm going to do is, I'm going to tape all this off right here, just inside where the fender goes, and then we're going to leave that black. And this is going to be silver, and then we're going to, so I'm debating on the color. I may change my mind. I might do it in the iconic silver. I do like this color. It looks pretty good. And this looks really, really good on black. So, but I've been debating if I should do these in a different color or leave them the same color, because I thought maybe I'll do it in a different tone of silver, but I don't want it to make it look like it's a bolt-on part. Same as the hood scoop and all that stuff. Because I thought about leaving this black, you know, because I thought that'd look kind of cool on that silver. But then again, I thought, well, maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking. I can get the go in the holes there. There we go. But I think I'll just go silver with it and just keep it all silver. I think that'd look good that way too. So, because the hood scoop does go up, the scoop does go up onto the cowl just in front of the windshield. So I think that'd look kind of cool black, but I don't want it to be the only thing that's black on there. It's going to have black headlights. The buckets are black. So that's kind of cool. They give you a flat headlight bucket. So I don't know. I'm still debating on it. It's up in the air, but that's where we're going to go with it. So everything else is painted in primer. Everything's done. So we just got to go through and decide on which silver we're going to do and how much silver and all that good stuff. And I still got to do this here yet. Engine is assembled. So we got the big bad V6. Look at that bad boy. When you think of horsepower, what do you think of? Not that guy. But, you know, I'm sure his emissions choke is probably running 80 horse. I don't know what the horsepower is. I never looked it up. I don't even know what size engine it is. It's whatever it is. It's probably little. Probably 2.6 or something weird. But yeah, other than that, these old AMT instructions, they really don't give you much. Like the new ones will give you like a readout of what used to be this and that and all that good stuff, and give you a little history of the car. But this one just basically, it just gives you how to put the car together. That's it. It's very much there. And voila, you're done. Now there's one thing I noticed I am missing. I am missing one of these pieces here that I am missing. So I don't know if I'm going to either try to make something out of like solder, because this is one of the headers. So this is the other thing I like. They give you the headers for like a V8 on the lake pipes here, on the side pipes. And obviously it's a 6-cylinder. So realistically, I could almost just cut one of these off and take this one and put it onto the pipe that is missing one. That would be more realistic. So here's the other side here. I don't have this glued on yet. I'm seriously thinking about doing that because it doesn't have a V8 in it. So I think I might just take one of these pipes off. Probably this one here in the middle, because you're really not going to see that one. And then just glue it onto this, like set it in there, and that way I have the same type pipe. It'll be glued on versus the solder. I think that'll look okay. Like I say, obviously this is just an AMT thing. I don't think a Python actually existed, but either way, that's where we're at. So cool. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I thought, you know what, let's keep it short and sweet and go all that way around. So we'll get back on that Mustang later on. Next time around, we'll try to get it in some color, all that good stuff, and start some assembly on it. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching. Check out the channel. Go down and check out Hobbied Up Models. There'll be a link in the description below. Check out Mark's inventory. He does have a sale going on. So you guys see what you can find yourself and get yourself something nice. Yeah. Other than that, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.